there, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and I'm here with Gallie today to talk to you about a couple fantastic books that we're really excited to start the new year with, right? So we're already into February, second month of the new year, and I've been reading so many fantastic books already that are just absolutely wonderful, and I think that you will love them as well, and I can't wait to show them to you and talk about them with you today. So the first one is a really interesting mashup of genres, and it's called DaVinci's Cat, and it's by Gilbert Murdock. DaVinci's Cat. You can kind of tell there's a lot going on in this book because look at this cover. You've got this beautiful artwork here, but you've also got some artwork up here, and there's kind of a story going on down here in the bottom as well. So I say a mashup, it's definitely historical fiction. It's set in the 1500s in Italy, but it's also a story about friendship, and it's also a little bit of a science fiction story as well, because this book has to do with time travel. So there's two main characters, Federico, who is a young boy living in the 1500s, and it is also to do with the other protagonist, which is a young girl living in the current time. And somehow their stories connect, and I can't tell you how, but they do. And they actually begin to travel. B travels back in time to Federico's time, and they have to try to figure out what is going on and why this is happening. There is also a cat involved, which is, of course, where the title comes from. And I just want to read you the little blurb on the inside of the cover of this because I think it's a really cool, mysterious, whimsical way to describe this book. This is the story of a kitten who becomes a cat, a hostage who becomes a champion, a reader who becomes a detective, an artist who becomes a thief, a soldier who becomes a builder, an inventor who leaves a mystery, a painter who changes the world. That's a lot of different stuff going on in this book. I absolutely loved it. I love historical fiction, and I don't know that I've read a lot of books that take place, especially in the in middle grade and children's fiction that take place in the 1500s like this. It was really cool. And you run across a lot of actual real-life historical figures like Da Vinci, hence this. There might be a pope that's in there. There's all these other characters that come up that are actual historical figures, which is really cool. And there is a note by the author at the end of this if you're interested in more of those things that they touched on in this book. So like I said, it's a really fun story. There's time travel. There is a cat. There is Leonardo da Vinci. There's adventure and mystery and excitement and friendship. Very cool story. If you like any of those things, I guarantee you will love this one. So give it a try. You might like it. The next book is very different. It's called Miraculous by Jess Redman. Now, I am, as you guys know, and I say this very often, a sucker for a good cover, and I really love this cover. It's kind of mysterious, but it's also got this hopeful feel too, right? And that is a really good way actually to describe this book. There's a mystery, and it's also very hopeful. But I also really want to let you guys know that this book is very sad as well. This is a story about a boy named Wonder. Not the Wonder that you're thinking of by R.J. Palacio. This is his name is Wonder, W-U-N-D-E-R. And he is a young boy who is a miracologist. And what is a miracologist? I've never heard of this before because it's brand new. It's a thing he made up. And that is, calls himself this because he studies miracles. He loves hearing stories about these miraculous events, and he writes them all down in his notebook, which he calls his miracle journal. And he believes in hope and the wonder in the world and magic and everything that is beautiful and good until his baby sister dies. And when his baby sister dies and his family starts to kind of fall apart under the weight of all their grief, he loses this faith in the beauty of the world. This is a very heavy topic for a children's book. I'm just going to say that, but I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I actually think that this book is so wonderful and amazing because although he has in the beginning lost his hope and he's lost his sense of self, really, because he's just dealing with this grief that his friends don't understand, and he can't connect with his parents right now because they're lost in their own grief. He gets caught up in this mystery in the town. And this mystery that seems to be tied to miracles. And he hopes that if he can help solve it and figure out what's going on, he's going to gain his sense of hope back. I don't know that I've ever cried so much as I did when I read this book, in a good way. It was very cathartic. I would really highly, highly recommend this book to be given to any child that has gone through grief or is in the process of a grieving, or even an adult, honestly. I think anybody that has suffered a loss, that is dealing with grief, should read this book, because it deals with it in such an honest, emotional way that is also beautiful and hopeful and just full of inspiring thoughts. And it's an amazing book, honestly. I think everyone should read it. It is a heavy topic, I do just want to say that, but I think kids are up for it, definitely, and especially kids that have gone through a loss. My niece, I wish I had known about this book last year when my father-in-law passed away, because I think that if I had given this to my niece, I would have been able to really help her deal with a lot of her grief a lot better. This is a really good book to use for that, I think, personally. And it's just a great story. It's a great, beautiful story. It is a very hopeful, beautiful ending. It doesn't end sad. So Miraculous by Jess Redman. This is an author that I will be keeping my eye on because of how good this book was, and you should too. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that these books sound really interesting and that it's something you want to check out and read. If so, please feel free to come and get them from Farmington Community Library. And also, please give this video a like. If you did like watching it, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day.